This, folks, is the new 14-inch Razer blade. It is a shrunken and I think improved version of the big old 17-inch 25, or if you were from the year before, $2,700 Razer computer. And this is a little skinny machine. So if you're looking here at the 3DS XL, well, it's about the same height. Actually, it's a little bit thinner. It's almost hard to not want to take this with you. It weighs just a little over 4 pounds, and it kind of feels like a MacBook Pro Retina, and that's not a bad thing. What you've got here are lovely backlit, super clicky, super responsive Chiclet style keys. They did a really nice job with that, and they also did a really nice job with this humongous, super sensitive touchpad. And I think the buttons are a little narrow, but they're still pretty good. On the sides you have HDMI, and there's a few USB 3.0 ports, 3 of them, and a power port. That's it, no Ethernet, so sorry about that. So as you can see, this is a Windows 8 machine. It does not come in a Windows 7 build, so yeah, if you don't like Windows 8, sorry. Inside you're getting a Intel Core 7 processor running at 2.2 gigahertz, and the GPU is a GeForce 765M. So with that, and its 256 gig SSD and 8 gigs of RAM, you should be able to play some games. The 14-inch blade seems to run anything I throw at it pretty well. You'll have to keep in mind though, it's running that at the 1600 by 900 resolution and not at a full 1080p. Given that, everything looks really good, feels really smooth, and I had no issues putting it through a dozen or so different current games. And this machine is quiet. I don't know what they've done, but these 2 little cooling vents at the bottom with fans seem to do a good job of keeping it running nearly silent. In over 12 hours of testing, I've only heard it spin up once. Otherwise, it's been near silent. Very impressive. This looks like a MacBook Pro Retina, and it kind of feels like one too, but the big difference between the two is the screen. The screen is not the greatest. It lacks in color, lacks in clarity, and the viewing angles are not great. You'll see if I tilt the screen here, you lose a bit. It's even worse in person, I think. It's not a bad screen, and it certainly looks like a fast screen. It's just that you're wanting more in a premium gaming machine, or at least I am. Everything about the 14-inch blade is thin, hence the name. The chassis itself is aluminum, lightweight, and nice and thin. The screen is thin as well. Even the power pack is a small, skinny thing. It's about the thickness of the system itself. They did a really nice job in making sure that you will be able to take this with you without any problems. At 4 pounds or just a little bit over, you're not going to sweat it. In battery play, the blade gave me 3 hours playing Dishonored, and for surfing general use, it gave me about 6. That's pretty impressive when you consider its predecessor gave about an hour of gameplay. Razer's machines are never inexpensive, but this is the cheapest one they've released. The base model, configured with 128 gig SSD, is priced at $1,799. This one, as configured with a 256 gig SSD, is $2,000. While that is a lot, keep in mind this is a premium gaming machine, and it is $500 cheaper than the 17-inch Pro model. If you've got the scratch and you're looking for a lightweight gaming machine, this one's hard to beat.